I've been doing
4 or 5 vehicles.
Yeah, I got a green light here.
I mean, you can easily get, what would that be, 1, 2, 3?
Yeah.
3 in there, and maybe 4, or 2 here, 2 here. But when there's snow,
No parking. I'm good, no parking.
yeah.
Got more cars, they got driveway. Have some-
All right, the December 1st Middlebury Town Council meeting will be called to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Kent Kaufman,
Here.
Mike Holloway.
Here.
Gary Kripe,
Here.
Carl Miller.
Here.
And Kevin Miller.
Here.
All right, we have the minutes for the November 17th meeting.
I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes of the November 17, 2025 meeting and the executive session of that day also as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, this time we'll open the floor for public comments. Ready? We'll move on to expense vouchers.
I'll make a motion that we approve for disbursement the expense vouchers as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, unfinished business, Resolution 2025-16, removal of speed limit signs.
So, Mary had presented at the previous town council meeting a proposal to remove some speed limit signs and to add some. There would not be any actual changes of any speed limits anywhere or any changes of which intersections have stop signs or anything. So because we're not actually changing any of those things, a simple resolution directing staff to remove those signs is appropriate in this case, I believe so.
So the removal and then some moving, right? Some,
Yeah, there's a couple of.
that are
Relocating, yeah.
To better spots, yeah.
Yep.
So I'll make a motion that we approve resolution 2025-16, removing speed limit signs.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, ordinance number 715A, amending the employee handbook.
So we've been discussing the proposed changes to the employee handbook. Based on our discussions at the previous town council meeting, I don't believe we had any other changes to the topics other than further discussion regarding the special shift employees. At that, and in our discussions, believe what was ultimately discussed and what's proposed for action in the ordinance is to have that policy be, I believe it's 2 floating holidays, and then the holiday stipend in the amount of $1,500 with those eligibility criteria as currently stated in the proposed handbook. So that's what is presented today. If you have additional questions or revisions or anything, any comments, please let us know.
Jackson, did that include the other small changes regarding the, like,
The
meal
reimbursements,
expenses?
yes,
Okay.
those are all in there.
Was there something changed regarding jury duty leave?
Yes, that was added, that they would have,
The only change was basically the language before was like, well, we'll pay you the difference of what you get, which was what we're still technically doing. It just makes it a lot easier instead of trying to figure out exactly how to pay them exactly down to the penny, the difference that they would get in a full 8-hour day. And I know I've done this at other places with jury duty where they bring you the check, and then they give you a check in that same amount so that you're just basically change. So they're paying you, but you still pay them the full salary or 80-hour or 8-hour day.
Okay.
So I just kind of tried to define it as this is the procedure to follow.
Is the wording right there of, it talks about serving or being subpoenaed as a witness, and then it talks about being a juror. Should witness be juror?
I believe it's meant to apply to both situations. For example, if there was some kind of lawsuit against the town and they were subpoenaed for discovery or something,
As a-
that
as
would
a
be covered as
expert
well.
witness or as a witness?
Or just as a witness, yeah.
Okay, as I was reading through that, I wasn't sure if that was.
Yep.
just
Or a
to
witness in,
clarify.
yeah, some unrelated criminal matter. For some reason, they were a witness
Just a
to a
witness.
crime or
But
something.
not one in their line of duty.
Right.
One outside the line of duty. yeah.
Okay, thank you for that clarification.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll make a motion that we adopt ordinance number 715-A, amending the employee handbook as presented.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, new business, MSSE petition for annexation Phase 2.
So MSSE is submitting their application to be annexed via the voluntary annexation process. This is for the remaining lands that they own. So at this time, we would then be setting a public hearing for the December 31st Town Council meeting for a public hearing on that. And assuming that's what you want to do, and I will send out the notices for the public hearing tomorrow for publication on Friday. Any questions on the petition? I had reviewed that and it all looks up to snuff, so.
And to clarify, the council meeting on the 31st is at 7:30 a.m.
Right.
Yeah, and I guess as an update on their Phase 1 annexation, that has been recorded and filed, so that is effective as to those lands.
Okay, so that's
It is all
officially,
finalized.
That one is finalized,
Okay.
yes.
we need a motion?
We need a motion for
Yep.
that? Okay.
Just
To
to
what? Move both forward?
accept the
Petition?
petition and to set the public hearing
For Phase 2, correct.
for Phase 2.
Correct.
I'll make a motion to accept the petition for annexation and move forward with the public hearing.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. MSSE estimated utility costs.
This is just kind of a question we've had for trying to figure out what to charge for connection fees in part, due to obviously their petition to annex, whether we need to charge them out-of-town rate or in-town rate, for those connection costs, since for water it's 130% on top, as well as sewer being 150. We just know it's a big cost. Plus they'll have the portion that they'll have to pay back for JACO, on top of all of that as well. So we're trying to determine what cost to set those at. Especially given that they're
We're annexing
petitioning
land.
to annex in, and I'm not exactly sure when that connection is gonna fall, if it falls before the final annexation, or, yeah. So, it's just been something that we've been trying to figure out so we can give them numbers. But Mary nor myself wanted to make that decision. We wanted to bring it to council.
So it says here, allowing them to pay the town rate now would be beneficial to the town and saving us time and manpower connecting with them within 3 months.
I think that's kind of what we could do instead of doing the connection now, is we wait until potentially that annexation has been completed, and which would be around February then when we could do it, and it would save that way.
But if we wait until February, then they'll have a lot more man-hours, according to this letter.
Well, I don't think I understand that.
Because the system would be stagnant until then?
Yeah, it'll be just, I mean, Robert, you can probably answer that.
Yeah, there's both taps are there. The fire line's ready, which I don't think they're gonna hook on to, and then the domestic fire, or domestic line is there, ready for them to hook up to. Everything's live up to that point, just they've gotta hook onto it.
So there's no benefit, and I don't understand the flushing part. I mean, that didn't make any sense to me.
I think it's just about if it's stagnant for that long.
And we're gonna,
I think-
we'll flush the main line. We do that already.
Right.
Right at the time of hookup.
Well, no, out there on that, since that is a dead end, we go out there once a month and flush off that final hydrant to keep that water turned over. So,
Okay, yeah, I mean, because of the annexation, they're gonna get the fees at the town rate. I don't have I can't consider a good reason to give them the in-town connection fee. It's part of doing business. That's my opinion.
They're ready to hook up now? Is that the case?
They're
asking?
I'm not exactly sure quite where they're at with it. I know they're asking us for numbers,
And I guess one
so.
it sounds like, and I'm sort of reading into this, I'm not sure if this is exactly what's meant, but maybe they would plan on just waiting until the second phase is final to connect, but allowing them to connect now via the in-town fees would save Robert a couple of months' worth of man-hours and flushing the dead end if they connected now versus next year.
Is that a
You're
significant?
gonna do it,
Yeah, and
you're gonna
it's-
do it every month anyway. Yeah.
You would do that even if they were connected?
unless Steve tells us
Okay.
that they're using enough water that we don't need to anymore, then
Well,
we'll stop. But,
I mean, they're planning on using 100,000 gallons daily.
and that might
So.
be enough, but.
So, I don't know, I'd say.
I guess I'd like to know if they're ready to hook up now or not.
Unfortunately, I'm not exactly sure where they're at with that.
I think the facility, for the most part, still all in the Phase 2 side of the property, where they're using the most of the water. I think the only thing on Phase 1 is their lagoon in the back of the property, which I don't know that that would require any water service, so it seems like the connection fee would still apply as out of town limits until Phase 2 is effective.
Correct. And
I don't
think-
know if there's any acreage calculation. I know it wouldn't matter for the capital benefit assessment fee.
Right.
I don't know, I don't think there's a similar calculation. If there was, you could do partly in and partly out, but
Couldn't
I
we
don't know.
just tell them if they're ready to hook up now, we give them the out of town?
Yeah.
If they wait,
Yeah, I would say the fee amount just
We
follows
we
whether
can,
the
that's kind of
annexation's done or not.
what we're looking for, is that guidance of if they're gonna hook up now, what we're gonna charge them, or if we're willing to charge them the in-town rate, knowing that they're in process for annexation. Because again, I think the thought was, well, then they're gonna hold out probably until it's cheaper, and then
Well, I
that
would.
makes,
That's fine, but that's their decision.
right,
Correct.
but,
Yeah, if they hook up now, they get the out of town. If they wait, they pay the in-town.
okay,
And the in-town's less.
right.
Yeah.
okay.
I think that would make sense. That just plays it right by the line. We don't need a motion on that, do we? No. Okay.
No.
All righty, Resolution 2025-14 for 2026 employee appointments.
All right.
This is just a yearly resolution stating that we plan to rehire those that are currently working.
Couple of shady ones on this
Yeah, that
list.
guy in the back, I'm not sure about, but
So the list is complete as it is right now, right?
That is
Going into the new year?
correct.
Including the
Vacancies, yeah, correct. So I would make a motion that we approve Resolution 2025-14 for the 2026 employee assignments.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, Resolution 2025-15 for establishing mileage reimbursement rate.
This is also a yearly thing for mileage reimbursement for employees. I did ask Jackson if it was something that we could allow to put the language that we just flow with the IRS mileage rate, instead of setting a specific price every time or having to redo it every time if the IRS decides to change it and we're comfortable changing that. So that language is included in there to just basically say, we're going to follow whatever the IRS standard is for mileage.
Do we trust them? They sound shady.
Yeah, well, the IRS one is higher
Than our current.
than our current, and
Correct.
any that I had ever done, in the business world, but I'm certainly okay with that if everybody else is. It is higher than most businesses reimburse that.
I'll make a motion that we adopt resolution number 2025-15, resolution of Middlebury Town Council establishing mileage rate reimbursement rate as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed?
Aye.
Sorry, just wanted to make sure.
Well, we never asked, and we should.
We should.
But,
Opposed?
no, I'm good, I'm an aye.
All right. I usually watch for mouths to move before
No,
I
I
move
got you.
on. Ordinance number 710M, amendment to the 2025 salary ordinance.
This is for the inclusion of the special shift holiday stipend. So that would be payable this year, with this upcoming pay on December 11th. And it also includes the dollar increase for AJ, for getting his CDL, and he is listed as wastewater laborer 3. And I believe that Jackson sent out the amended version where wastewater laborer 3B was at 2862, because I'm not quite sure why it went down to 2850. So we did adjust that back up to the 2862 that it originally was.
And we have that amended in the physical copy?
Yeah.
Yep.
As well
Yeah,
as
he
the
sent it out.
wastewater one.
It does still say the police department shall be compensated and funded as indicated below for the wastewater department. On the second page?
Oh, yeah.
You will correct that right now.
Yeah.
That's
make
where
a mo-
you were talking about. Now I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was
I
talking
thought you were
about.
questioning why the wastewater part was included.
Oh, yeah, no, that's what I was talking about. I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 710-M as presented.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right. Donahue contract for Orford Drive sanitary sewer extension.
That was under a different email, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just a proposal from Donahue and Associates for the survey and design engineering for the Orford Drive County Road 22 extensions. This would be funded by the Elroy TIF, and is planned to apply for Community Crossings Matching Grant Fund for July of 2026 for construction in '27. But the design would need to be completed prior to submitting the community crossing application process. The redevelopment commission on November 20th, when they met, did agree to fund the $101,900 from the Elroy TIF to move forward with the agreement. So we are just requesting the approval and signature for that agreement to move forward.
I'll make a motion that we approve the Donahue contract for the Orford Drive sanitary sewer extension with the RDC supplying the $101,900 from the Elroy TIF.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, proposal for further investigation, oh, I'm sorry,
Nope.
I skipped one.
Yep.
Donahue Amendment Number 2 for easement acquisition for US 20 from County Road 35 to State Road 13.
So this is an easement acquisition proposal from Donahue for the US 20 utility relocation from County Road 35 to State Road 13. This is a request for purchase of 6 permanent easements to construction for a gravity sewer on the north side of US 20 from Middlebury Schools down to Heritage Drive. NDOT will bid this project out in February of '26. The town would like to bid the project out in April of 2026 so that crews are ready to move when NDOT gives the go-ahead to start relocating the utilities. Since this is a state project, we have to follow the federal guidelines on purchasing easements, which is outlined in the proposal. This will increase the contract total by $64,800, bringing the full contract to $392,600. Again, on Thursday, November 20th, when redevelopment met, they agreed to fund $64,800 from the Elroy TIF. So we're just requesting the approval to move forward with this agreement with Donahue.
I know Mary's not here, but again, the conversation is, when the state has already purchased right-of-ways through there, is it going to be north of those right-of-ways, or?
My understanding is this is additional right-of-way required for us to relocate the utilities because
Of the gas
of
line?
their expansion, and their expansion is not, or encroaches in a manner that wouldn't allow us to relocate them within that right-of-way that's existing there.
So the right-of-way is not large enough.
Right.
Well, and that's the state's right-of-way, so does that mean the Middlebury's is going to be north of that?
Yeah.
Okay. Because, and again, I know the drawing is not at, to scale or to
Right.
or to
But it's in
accurate,
this area.
but again, that is the area that appears to have already been taken by the state of Indiana, so I just wondered if it's going to be further north than that.
In the description.
I don't know that there was a, that's what I asked her in the RDC was, is it a 10-foot, 20-foot, 30-foot? But she said that, I guess they'll have to make
And
that determination,
I suppose the
guess.
other, maybe it was for highway only and it wasn't for sanitary sewer.
The original easement
Yeah,
purchases.
I'm not sure, I guess.
Maybe we should get those details cleared up. Do we have time? So if we table this, do we still have time?
Well, no, I mean, Donahoe will find those expanded right-of-ways when they do their search, right?
We get a hold of.
I mean, they'll do the title work
Right,
needed to acquire the easements and all that.
right.
Yeah.
And this is because we're moving the sewer.
Correct.
We're extending it to that.
Right, because
Okay.
there's a high-powered
Recreated the-
gas line there.
Right.
All right, makes sense, okay. So I'll make a motion to approve the Donahue Amendment Number 2 for easement acquisition for the US 20 from County Road 35 to State Road 13 for the sewer extension.
I'll second.
I have a proposal and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, proposal for Further investigation for 109 Grand Street.
So this is the proposal from Huron Environmental LLC for further site investigation at 109 Grand Street. Again, on November 20th, when the redevelopment commission met, they agreed to cover the cost of the Phase 2 site investigations for 109 Grand Street, not to exceed $12,100. So we're just requesting permission from town council and to move forward. Which had to do with some soil findings.
On the pretty pictures that were in here.
And the RDC's covering the 12,100
Yes, out of the
Yeah.
downtown TIF, I
downtown
believe.
TIF.
Yep, out of downtown TIF, sorry.
I don't see the full report in here, but I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, it was only like 2 or 3 feet deep. I mean, it wasn't very, very deep contamination.
No, it was under the
Yeah.
36 inches.
Right,
Approximately 2 to 3 feet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
yeah. I'll make a motion that we accept the proposal for further investigation with the Heron Environmental Group, with the RDC paying up to, not to exceed $12,100.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? All right. 57258, State Road 13, water bill consideration.
So this is a request from a resident regarding a issue with their water bill. The resident at the time was out of town, and the water hose at the resident's home was left on. They are not currently on sanitary sewer, so they only have water, and they are charged water at the 130% rate since they are out of town. We're just, would like to give them a credit option of potentially saving just that difference between the out-of-town cost and the in-town cost, just to help them a little bit for this incident.
For the bill generated by the hose being left on for that
Correct.
period's bill.
So they're still paying for all of the water, they're just paying it at the in-town rate versus the out-of-town rate.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure it was for that.
We're talking.
Because we can't give them a sewer credit.
So we're
Normally, with a situation like this, we could give them a sewer credit, but since they don't have sewer,
Right.
we can't.
So we're talking $163.82.
Correct.
I'll make a motion that we approve that water bill consideration for the address listed, to take off the extra 30% charge and charge in-town prices.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
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 I'll oppose.
Opposed? Lori Shipman Labor Standard Service, invoice number 3.
This is a invoice for the labor standard services for the water projects. This is one that will be, needs approval so that I can submit it to IFA for payment.
And this is just the normal quarterly invoice, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll make a motion to approve invoice number 3 to Lori Shipman Consultant LLC in the amount of $5,000.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Recommendation for new park board member.
The park board has a member that needs to be appointed. It's currently comprised of 5 members, with 4 being appointed by town council, each serving a 3-year term, and 1 appointment from the Middlebury School Board. The one that the town council appoints will end December 31st of this year, and we would like to appoint Allison Miller to fill this position.
I'll make a motion that we approve the appointment of Allison Miller onto the Park Board.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Request to block off parking for electric line bore.
On Wednesday, December 10th, there will be crews here boring on Main Street in front of Village Inn and First State Bank for electrical services for the streetlights. So we're just asking for permission to block off the parking spaces there on Main Street in front of the Village Inn and the First State Bank to get this project complete.
That probably gonna get postponed.
But may be postponed due to the weather.
We're still wanting to get permission to do it
When the time comes.
when the time comes.
Right.
And
That's
we're
for-
just blocking off the parking spaces because it's all we can block, right?
Correct, so it's gonna be, in front of the Village Inn and bank right there, and then both sides of the road, but the other side will be able to stay in the grass, so,
Okay,
Is this to repair that one that was damaged?
both.
two.
Both of them?
Oh, so, we had an electrician come out, and he thinks that the wires that are in the conduit underground have just melted together, and that's why we can't pull, and they're just, the whole thing's shot.
I'll make a motion to approve the closing or blocking off of the parking spaces on Main Street as requested.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
So,
Good.
so it's probably not going to happen on December 10th, but at some other date.
Right.
Oh, so the date's going to float.
I would doubt we'll be out there next week.
Okay.
Okay.
Unless this gets 60 degrees and melts the snow.
It isn't gonna.
Isn't it gonna?
Yeah, sorry.
Be more optimistic.
Okay. Thank you for that clarification.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Request to hire Reserve Officer Ryan Bartley.
Yes, we've completed interviews, background checks, so we're just ready to get the approval, please.
I don't see, is that the next one there? So I'm gonna make a motion to approve the request to hire Reserve Officer Ryan Bartley.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, now we have resignation of a reserve officer.
This is laid on your desk. We received this today, so we're just looking for acceptance to have it more or less in the minutes that we're accepting the resignation.
Yeah, so I'll make a motion that we accept the resignation of the Reserve Officer Jason Peters.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Tell him thanks for us.
Yep.
He did a good job.
Announcements. Tree Board meeting, December 4th.
Sorry, point of order.
Yeah.
Are we doing anything on this memorandum?
That was,
For the snow
that was to
issues?
talk about the, oh, no, that's right, it's not on here.
No,
This parking memorandum, or no parking memorandum?
No issue?
No issues.
we can, I don't know if there needs to be any decision made tonight, but we can discuss it.
Oh, okay, so you're not looking for any
Well, if we
action?
don't need a decision, then
I don't, I mean,
All in here.
you guys
Well, I
are
mean,
welcome
it's-
to look at it. There is some requests to add additional no parking, on Oak Hill Court.
Actually, all
Or,
three
yes,
of
I
them.
believe, well,
all three of them say no parking areas.
one already has no parking. I guess,
But if you think Mary wanted to wait, I mean, I was just curious, it was as part of the packet.
yeah, and this was all issues that came up today, which is kind of why it wasn't really on the agenda.
Okay.
So, again, I don't think we're looking for any motion today, but it might be something to chew on.
Okay.
We might bring it up at the next council meeting, more or less, but we did have a couple issues on Hidden Meadow Lane today. We did have a resident that was very angry towards one of our employees while he was out there clearing snow. Our employee did a great job keeping his cool, and trying to explain everything. The cul-de-sacs are just very difficult to plow. There's not a lot of space to push that snow, and we got a lot of it, and it was all very heavy.
And if there's cars parked in the cul-de-sac.
And when
it's-
there's cars parked, that makes it even more difficult. So there's a couple issues because there isn't current no parking spots in these issues that, or in these spots that are making it difficult for our plow trucks to even get into the cul-de-sacs, which is where Oak Hill lies. There's just some cars parking on the road, which prevents a neighbor from parking in his driveway with a larger truck, because where they park then, he can't get out of his driveway, because he doesn't have enough space, but then him parking on the road and those also parking in the road doesn't leave enough room for our plow trucks to get through. Hidden Meadow Lane is mostly just having areas to push snow. There's not a lot. So it's been difficult to get snow, and we were actually moving snow out of there today in preparation for tonight. So we were hauling snow out. And then on Kreider Drive, there was a car that was parked kind of near the stop sign. So it's just hard for our snow plows to maneuver around it. I'm not quite sure how enforceable no parking within, how close to a stop sign they can be. So I don't know if we just need to extend that and put a no parking sign from here to the corner kind of thing on that side of the road. I'm not fully sure what the issue was. I don't know, Robert, if you can expand more on that one, other than,
Yeah, he just said he had a
It's
hard
just-
time right there, it was just tight with that car parked right there.
And I've seen that car there before, and it's like 30 feet,
nobody can hear
and
them, 'cause they're not
it makes it hard to,
mic.
get through there. I can see why that would be a problem with a big truck.
so I think like that, we're just thinking, is there ways to expand on our no parking? Mostly for the snow removal. Again, it's kind of hard when it only happens once every few years where we get a lot of snow like this. But like that, it's not planning on going away, so any more snow that we get is gonna continue to cause problems.
Has that been an issue, though? Because it looks like there is parking on the east side of Kreider Drive with that apartment. What is that, an 8-unit, 12-unit?
The apartment's got their own parking.
Yeah.
But across the street, then you.
It's those duplexes across the street.
Oh, it's the duplexes on the west side.
Also, if you do signage or want to do something because of winter stuff, signage and not yellow curves, because
You can't see it, yeah.
they know it's there.
But when they plow over the sign,
Thank you for the information.
All right, that's fine. Tree Board meeting, December 4th at 7 PM here at the Town Hall. Elkhart County Plat Committee meeting, December 11th at 9 AM at the Public Services Building. Elkhart County Plan Commission meeting, December 11th at 9:30 AM in the Public Services Building. Next Town Council meeting will be December 15th at 6 PM here at the Town Hall. And the Elkhart County Redevelopment Commission, December 18th at 2 PM in the Public Services Building.
There has been a change to that. It's on the 18th now. Oh,
I thought he read the 18th.
oh, yeah, it normally is on the
It
4th.
would have been the
They
4th,
changed
right.
from the 4th to the 18th. Yep.
There you go.
And we are adjourned.